The afternoon sun hung high in the sky, casting long golden rays over the bustling streets of the city. The air shimmered with heat, and the distant hum of traffic blended with the rhythmic calls of street vendors selling fruits, fabric, and roasted corn. At the edge of a quiet, affluent neighborhood stood a magnificent bungalow, elegant yet warm, surrounded by carefully trimmed hedges and flowery plants that swayed gently in the afternoon breeze. The house belonged to Jackie was a woman who turned heads whenever she wanted. She was tall, graceful, and carried herself with a quiet confidence that came from years of hard work. Her skin was a soft light brown tone that glowed under sunlight, and her oval face was framed by a long silky hair that fell past her shoulders. At 37, she was at the peak of her career. Jackie was one of the most respected fashion designers in the country. Her designs were worn by celebrities, socialites, and even politicians' wives. Her boutique, Jackie Culture, located in one of the city's most fashionable districts, was known for luxury fabrics, stunning gowns, and innovative design that blended African culture with modern elegance. She had built her empire from nothing, but despite her success, there was a silent emptiness in her life. Jackie had been in several relationships over the years. Each one had begun with hope. Each one had ended with heartbreak. Some men had been intimidated by her success. Others had only wanted her money. A few had simply disappeared when the topic of marriage came up. Now, as her 40th birthday slowly approached, the pressure weighed heavily on her heart. In many cultures, a woman approaching 40 without marriage became the subject of whispers. Jackie heard those whispers, sometimes from distant relatives, sometimes from society, sometimes from the cruel voice inside her own mind. That afternoon, Jackie decided she needed rest. The heat was intense, and the long hours at her boutique had exhausted her. She sat in the living room of her luxurious bungalow, her long legs crossed gracefully as she leaned back into a soft cream-colored armchair. The house smelled faintly of lavender. Across from her stood a wide glass window that allowed sunlight to spill across the marble floor. In her hand was her phone. She scrolled slowly through the social media, occasionally liking photos or reading comments from clients praising her work. Across the room, her best friend Amma was arranging flowers in a glass vase. Amma had been living with Jackie for almost 2 years. They had met during university days and had remained close ever since. Amma was shorter than Jackie, with dark skin and sharp, expressive eyes. She was lively, witty, and always seemed to know exactly what to say to make Jackie laugh. Jackie trusted her deeply. To Jackie, Amma was more than a friend. She was family. Jackie sighed softly as she scrolled. Another wedding, she murmured. Amma glanced up. Whose wedding is this? Jackie turned her phone slightly. Remember Linda from fashion school? Amma nodded. Yes, she's getting married next month. Amma smiled. That's good news. Jackie forced a small smile, but Amma could see the sadness in her eyes. Amma knew Jackie better than anyone. She knew how badly Jackie wanted to be loved, how badly she wanted a family. Amma walked over and sat beside her. Jackie, she said gently, your time will come. Jackie smiled quietly. I have been hearing that for 10 years. Amma squeezed her hand. Trust me, the right man will find you. Just then, Jackie's phone vibrated. A new notification appeared. Friend request. Jackie frowned slightly and tapped the screen. The name appeared. Jabulani Dlamani. She opened his profile. Immediately, her eyes widened. The profile picture showed a tall, strictly handsome man with deep brown skin and a confident smile. He wore a perfectly tailored suit and stood beside a sleek luxury car. His caption read, entrepreneur, dreamer, building empires. Jackie eyebrows lifted slightly. Amma leaned closer. Oh, Amma teased. Who is that? Jackie laughed nervously. I don't know. Amma grinned mischievously. He looks rich. Jackie rolled her eyes but couldn't help smiling. His profile indicated he was 38 years old and lived in South Africa. Amma nudged her. Accept it, Jackie hesitated. Then slowly she tapped accept friend request. Neither of them knew that single action would begin a chain of events that would shake Jackie's life to its very core. Not even 2 minutes passed. Jackie's phone vibrated again. A message notification. She opened it. Jabulani. Hello, Jackie. Thank you for accepting my friend request. I have been admiring your designers for a while now. Jackie's eyebrows lifted in surprise. Amma leaned closer, curious. What did he say? Jackie showed her. Amma whistled softly. See, I told you, the right man is coming. Jackie laughed shyly. She typed slowly. Jackie. Hello, Jabulani. Nice to meet you. Within seconds, he replied. Jabulani, the pressure is mine. You are a very talented woman. Amma grabbed Jackie's arm excitedly. Oh my God, he's smooth. Amma stayed with a lovely smile on her face. Jackie giggled like a teenager. That afternoon, what began as a casual greeting turned into a long conversation. They spoke about everything: life, work, travel, dreams. Jackie told him about the fashion empire. Jabulani stayed deeply impressed. He praised her ambition and dedication. You are an extraordinary woman, he told her during a voice call that evening. His voice was deep, calm and charming. Jackie's heart fluttered. It had been a long time since someone spoke to her with such admiration. Days passed. Their conversation grew longer. Morning's greeting, late night calls, video chats. Jabulani was everything Jackie had always hoped for. He was confident, mature, supportive, and most importantly, he constantly talked about marriage. I want a woman like you in my life, he told her one evening. Jackie's heart raced. Amma, sitting nearby, smiled quietly. Everything was unfolding exactly as she expected. One afternoon, Jackie was at her boutique. Staff moved quickly around the shop, measuring fabrics, sewing garments, and assisting wedding customers who came for fitting. The boutique buzzed with energy. Jackie's phone rang. Jabulani video calling. She smiled instantly. Amma watched quietly from a corner chair. Jackie answered the call. Hello, handsome, she teased. Jabulani laughed warmly. Hello, beautiful. He asked her to show him around her boutique. Proudly, Jackie walked through the shop holding her phone. She showed him the elegant gowns, the racks of colorful fabrics, the skilled tailor working carefully. Jabulani looked amazed. I am so proud of you, Jackie, he said. Her heart melted. Then she asked casually, so tell me more about your company. For a brief second, Jabulani paused. Then he smiled casually. Oh baby, don't worry about that. Jackie frowned slightly. What do you mean? He chuckled. I own a big company. That's all you need to know. Amma, sitting behind Jackie, watched silently. A faint smile slowly spread across her face because she knew something Jackie did not. She knew Jabulani did not own any company. She knew something far darker. Something dangerous, something that would soon destroy the fragile happiness Jackie had just begun to feel. Amma leaned back quietly, hiding the satisfaction in her eyes. The game had begun. Amma stayed in her thoughts. And Jackie had no idea she was already the victim. The evening sky turned a deep shade of orange as the sun slowly disappeared behind the distant building. City lights began flickering, on one by one, illuminating the street like scattered stars falling to earth. Inside Jackie's elegant bungalow, the air conditioner hummed softly, pushing away the lingering heat of the day. Jackie sat comfortably on the couch, smiling at her phone as she typed another message to Jabulani. Across the room, Amma pretended to watch television, but her attention was not on the screen. Her sharp eyes occasionally glanced towards Jackie. Jackie laughed softly at something on her phone. Amma's lips tightened slightly. For years, she had watched Jackie rise to heights she herself had only dreamed about. The beautiful house, the successful fashion business, the expensive clothes, the admiration from society. Even strangers praised Jackie everywhere she went. Jackie this, Jackie that. Amma forced a smile whenever people spoke about her friend's success. But deep inside her heart, something dark had slowly begun to grow. Jealousy. A quiet bitterness that she carefully hid behind laughter and loyalty. Amma had once dreamed of becoming successful too, but life had not been kind to her ambition. While Jackie's career blossomed like a beautiful flower, Amma felt as though she remained stuck in the shadow of that same flower. And now, Jackie was close to finding love too. Amma stared at the back of Jackie's head. A thought crept into her mind. Does she really deserve all this happiness? Her eyes drifted slowly towards Jackie's phone. She knew something Jackie did not, because she had been part of the beginning of this relationship. 3 weeks passed. Jackie and Jabulani had grown incredibly close. Their conversation stretched late into night. Sometimes they spoke for hours. They talked about building a future together, about children, about marriage. Jackie's heart slowly opened to him in ways it had not for anyone in years. One evening, while Jackie sat in the living room, her phone rang. Jabulani. She answered immediately. "Hello, my love," but his voice sounded different. It was tense, worried. "Jackie, I have a small problem." Her heart tightened. "What happened?" She sighed heavily. "There is a business deal I am trying to close. A shipment is stuck at the port and I need to clear it urgently." Jackie frowned. "Okay, so what's the problem?" There was a pause. Then he spoke carefully. "I am a little short on funds right now." Jackie leaned forward slightly. "How much do you need?" His answer came slowly. "Just $10,000. Jackie's eyes widened slightly. It was a large amount, but not impossible for her. Before she could respond, Amma walked into the room. Jackie placed the phone on speaker. Amma listened carefully. Jabulani continued speaking. "Baby, I promise I will return it once the deal goes through." Jackie hesitated. Amma quickly sat beside her and whispered softly, "He loves you." Jackie looked uncertain. Amma continued, "This money is small for you. If he becomes your husband, what is $10,000? Jabulani added gently through the phone. "I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important." Jackie bit her lip. Then slowly she nodded. "Okay." Amma smiled quietly. Jackie opened her banking app. Within minutes, the money was sent. Jackie felt proud. She felt supportive. She felt like a woman helping the man she loved. But what she did not know, was that in another country, Jabulani was laughing. Weeks turned into months. The requests continued. Sometimes 15,000, sometimes 20,000, sometimes smaller amounts. Each time, Jabulani had a different explanation. Business expansion, shipments delay, investment opportunity. Jackie trusted him completely. Amma always encouraged her. "Jackie, this man is serious about you. He's building a future for the both of you. You should support him." Jackie believed every word. Her bank account slowly began shrinking. But she did not mind, because in her mind, She was investing in her future husband. Sometimes at night, Amma would sit quietly in her bedroom, her phone screen glowing softly in the darkness. She would make a video call, but not with Jackie, with Jabulani. On one such night, Amma laughed loudly. You should see her face when she sends the money. Jabulani laughs too. She is the easiest woman I have ever scammed. Amma shrieked. I told you, she's desperate to marry before 40. They both burst into laughter. Amma leaned closer to the camera. Once we finish draining her accounts, you disappear. What a friend. Jabulani nodded. And you get your share. Amma smiled wickedly. Everything was going according to plan. It was a humid evening. Dark clouds gathered in the sky, hinting at an approaching storm. Jackie had stayed late at her boutique. Exhaustion weighed heavily on her body. Her head ached. She decided to go home earlier than usual. Car drove quietly into the compound of her bungalow. The security light flickered on automatically. But inside the house, Amma did not hear the car. Because she was inside her bedroom, the door slightly open, her voice soft, flirtatious. She was on another video call with Jabulani, and this time their conversation was more intimate. Amma laughed. You should see how stupid Jackie is. Jabulani grinned on the screen. She really believes I am coming to marry her. Amma rolled her eyes. Please, that woman is so desperate, it's embarrassing. They both laughed again. Just then, Jackie entered the house. She placed her keys gently on the table. Then she heard voices. Amma's bedroom door was slightly open. Jackie stepped closer, then she froze. Her heart stopped beating because she heard her own name. Amma's voice floated clearly through the doorway. Once we take the rest of her money, she will be finished. Jabulani laughed loudly through the phone. That woman is the biggest fool I have ever met. Jackie's entire body went cold. Her bag slipped from her shoulder. Tongue. The sound echoed through the hallway. Amma turned instantly towards the door. Her eyes widened in horror. Jackie stood there, tears streaming down her face. Her world collapsing in one devastated moment. Jackie, I can explain, but Jackie said nothing. Her hands trembled. Her chest rose and fell rapidly. Years of friendship, trust, loyalty, all chatted in seconds. Jackie picked up her phone with shaking fingers and dialed the police. Amma's face drained of color. Within 30 minutes, officers arrived. Under questioning, Amma's confidence quickly crumbled. The evidence was overwhelming. Phone messages, bank transfers, recorded conversation. Finally, Amma broke down and confessed everything. How she had contacted Jabulani first, how she had told him about Jackie's words, and how they planned together to scam her. All because Amma was jealous. Jealous of Jackie's success, jealous of her life, jealous of the admiration she received. Amma looked down as tears streamed down from her face. I wanted to destroy her. Jackie stood silently across the room, her heart broken, but stronger than before. Because sometimes the greatest betrayal does not come from enemies, it comes from the people we trust the most. The living room felt unusually cold despite the warm night outside. The bright ceiling lights illuminated every corner of the room, yet the atmosphere carried a heavy darkness that no light could chase away. Jackie stood still near the doorway. Her heart pounded violently in her chest as the reality of what she had just heard replayed in her mind again and again. Amma slowly stepped forward from the hallway. Her face had lost its unusual confidence. For the first time in many years, she looked small, frightened and exposed. Jackie, please listen to me, Amma said softly. But Jackie's eyes was filled with a mix of disbelief and heartbreak. How long? Jackie whispered. Amma swallowed hard. Jackie's voice suddenly rose. How long, Amma? The pain in her voice echoed through the house. Amma could not answer immediately. The silence between them felt like a knife twisting deeper into Jackie's heart. Finally, Amma spoke. from the beginning. Those three words shattered Jackie completely. Jackie took a step backwards as if physically struck. All this time, you planned everything. Amma lowered her head. Yes. Jackie's eyes filled with tears. You watched me trust him. You watched me send my money. You watched me dream about marriage. Her voice trembled. And you said nothing. Amma tried to reach for her, but Jackie stepped away instantly. Don't touch me! At that moment, the flashy blue light of a police vehicle illuminated the compound outside. The officers had arrived. Two police officers entered the house calmly but firmly. One of them spoke first. We received a report of fraud. Jackie nodded silently and gestured towards Amma. The officers began asking questions. Amma tried to remain calm at first, but the pressure quickly began to break her down. They asked about the bank transfers. They asked about the video calls. They asked about Jabulani. Jackie handed over her phones with shaking hands. The messages were clear evidence, hundreds of chats, voice notes, financial transfers. One officer turned to Amma. Would you like to explain this? Amma's shoulder began to shake. Her carefully built lies were collapsing around her. Finally, she broke down. Tears streamed down her face as she covered her mouth with her hands. Yes, she whispered. I planned everything. Jackie closed her eyes as the words pierced her heart. Amma continued speaking between sobs. I met Jabulani online months ago, before he contacted Jackie. The officers exchanged glances. Amma continued. I told him about Jackie, about her money, about how badly she wanted to get married. Jackie felt her stomach twist painfully. Amma's voice grew weaker. We agreed to trick her, make her fall in love and take the money. The officer wrote down every word. Why? He asked. Amma slowly lifted her tear-filled eyes towards Jackie. And the truth came out. Because I hated seeing her succeed. The room felt silent. Amma's voice cracked. She had everything. The business, the house, respect from everyone. Her breathing grew uneven. And I had nothing. Jackie stared at her in disbelief. Amma continued. I wanted her to feel what it was like to lose everything. The police officer closed his notebook. Amma was immediately placed under arrest. As they led her out of the house in handcuffs, she looked back at Jackie one last time, but Jackie could not even look at her. The betrayal was too deep. The case quickly gained attention. Investigators discovered that Jabulani has scammed several women in different countries using the same method. He created fake profiles, pretended to be a wealthy businessman, built emotional relationship, then requested money for business emergencies. Jackie had simply been his latest target, but this time, something was different. Amma's confession gave the authorities strong evidence. Through international cooperation between cybercrime units, they traced Jabulani's online activities. His location was eventually identified. Months later, the news finally arrived. Jabulani has been arrested. When Jackie heard the news, she sat quietly in her living room, the same chair where she had first accepted his friend's request. But the woman sitting there now was no longer the same woman. She had learned painful lessons about trust, about betrayal, about the darkness that can be hidden inside people we love. The courtroom was filled with quiet tension. Amma sat at the defender's table, looking exhausted and broken. She no longer looked like the confident woman Jackie had once trusted. The judge listened carefully as the evidence was presented. Bank records, chat logs, Amma recorded confession, witness statements. The truth was undeniable. Amma and Jabulani had conspired to commit fraud. When it was Jackie's turn to speak, the entire courtroom grew silent. She stood slowly. Her voice was calm but heavy with emotion. I trusted Amma like a sister. She paused. I gave her my home. I shared my life with her. Her eyes briefly met Amma's. As she used that trust to destroy me, Amma began crying quietly. Jackie continued. But today, I stand here not as a victim, but as someone who survived betrayal. The judge eventually delivered the verdict. Amma was sentenced to prison for fraud and criminal conspiracy. Jabulani received an even longer sentence due to multiple international scams. Justice had been served, but healing would take time. Months passed. Life slowly began returning to normal for Jackie. Her boutique continued thriving. Customers still admire her work, but Jackie herself had changed. She had become quieter, more cautious, but also stronger. One evening, as she walked through her boutique expecting new design, one of her employees approached her. Madam Jackie, there is a gentleman asking to see you. Jackie frowned slightly. Who? He said he's interested in investing in the fashion business. Jackie nodded. Send him in. Moments later, a tall man entered the boutique. He had a calm, warm smile and kind eyes. Good afternoon, he said politely. My name is Daniel. Jackie shook her head. Nice to meet you. Neither of them knew that this simple meeting would begin a new chapter in Jackie's life. Not one built on deception, but on honesty, on respect, and on something Jackie had almost given up on. Real love. 2 years later, Jackie stood in a garden filled with white flowers. Soft music floated through the air. Friends and family gathered around. This time, Jackie wore the most beautiful dress she had ever designed, her own wedding gown. Beside her stood Daniel, a man who had proven his love through patience, honesty, and respect. As they exchanged vows, Jackie felt tears gently roll down her cheeks. Not tears of pain, but tears of gratitude. Because sometimes the most painful betrayal in life lead us to the most beautiful beginnings. And Jackie has finally discovered the truth that no betrayal could ever take away. Real love is not rushed, it is not forced, and it never comes through deception. It comes quietly, patiently, and when it finally arrives, it stays. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn off the notification button for more interesting story. Bye bye.